ya mwaka 2024 ambacho kifungu hiki kinashughulikia ukatili dhidi ya wanawake katika siasa. Hizi ni kazi ambazo umezifanya kwa uchache na zimeleta heshima ya ujio wa mkutano huu mkubwa. Hakika, piga makofi tafadhali, piga makofi. Please clap your hands, please, to recognize this wonderful work which has been done by Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of Tanzania. If I say piga makofi, you do this. Mheshimiwa Rais, hakika jitihada hizi zinasaidia kuboresha hali ya wanawake na wasichana kwa kukuza usawa wa kijinsia na kujenga jamii inayoshirikisha kila mmoja na kufanikisha kutimiza malengo ya kitaifa na kimataifa katika kukuza usawa wa kijinsia nchini. Mheshimiwa Rais, mkutano huu umeambatana pia na mafunzo mahususi kwa waandishi wa habari wa hapa nchini na washirika wake kutoka Afrika kwa lengo la kuongeza uelewa wao kuhusu matumizi ya kidigitali ikiwemo uhalifu wa mtandao, ili iwasaidie kutambua dalili na vitisho vya uhalifu wa kimtandao pamoja na kuwawezesha jamii kuelewa na kutokomeza vitendo vya unyanyasaji na ukatili wa kijinsia mtandaoni. Mheshimiwa Rais, kabla sijahitimisha hotuba yangu, naomba nirudie tena kuwashukuru wageni wetu na kuwatakia kila la heri katika mkutano huu. Ni imani yangu watafurahia ukarimu wa Watanzania wakati wote wakiwa nchini kwetu. Waheshimiwa wageni wetu, karibuni sana. Aidha, nawakaribisha kutembelea baadhi ya vivutio vya utalii ikiwemo mbuga ya Serengeti National Park, Ngorongoro National Park, Manyara National Park na mlima mrefu zaidi Africa, the tallest mountain of Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro. Mheshimiwa Rais, pamoja na visiwa vya kuvutia vya marashi ya karafuu, Zanzibar, Pemba na Unguja, naamini watatutembelea si haba. Mheshimiwa Rais, sasa kabla sijamalizia, Mheshimiwa Rais, na kukaribisha wewe, nichukue fursa hii kumkaribisha mke wa Rais wa Zimbabwe, Mheshimiwa Mama Dr. Akishiriki Mnangagwa, aongee kwa niaba ya wageni wetu, halafu baadaye Mheshimiwa Rais nitakukaribisha. You are welcome, Her Excellency Dr. Akishiriki Mnangagwa, to give your remarks. Thank you.
The President of Tanzania, Your Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, my dear sisters, Your Excellencies, African First Ladies, Chairman of Merck Foundation Board of Trustees, Professor Avakam, CEO of Merck Foundation, Senator Dr. Rasha Kellege, Honorable Ministers, Merck Foundation partners, alumni, and media. It is my greatest pleasure that I stand before you for the 11th edition of the Merck Foundation Africa-Asia Luminary here in Tanzania. I want to commend Professor Avakam and Senator Rasha Kellege, along with their entire team, for bringing us together and organizing this impressive conference on such a grand scale. Congratulations on the 7th anniversary of the Merck Foundation and for completing 12 successful years of capacity building programs. Hearing the inspiring success stories about the significant impact of their partnership with the Merck Foundation in their respective countries has been truly uplifting. Ladies and gentlemen, my partnership journey commenced in 2019, and we have accomplished significant milestones ever since. Our joint programs have been beneficial in advancing the healthcare capacity in my country by providing specialty training for doctors and building the media capacity by providing mentorship for media partners to improve their critical role in effective community awareness. Through our long-term partnership and as the ambassador of Merck Foundation More Than a Mother, we have provided more than 122 scholarships of 1-year diploma and 2-year master degree to young Zimbabwean doctors in 44 critical and underserved specialties, including fertility, embryology, oncology, diabetes, preventive cardiovascular, endocrinology, sexual and reproductive care, respiratory medicine, acute medicine, clinical microbiology, infectious diseases, neonatal care, psychiatry, internal medicine, emergency pediatric, orthopedic, trauma, and more. Out of total of 122 scholarships, 51 scholarships have been extended to doctors specializing in diabetes, endocrinology, preventive cardiovascular, obesity, and weight management. We are transforming the diabetes care within our nation. 56 more scholarships have been provided for fertility, embryology, 1-year diploma, and 2-year master degree of sexual and reproductive care. These scholarships add a substantial value to women's health, transforms the landscape of fertility, sexual and reproductive health care nationwide. It is very important to me, in my capacity as a fellow woman, to break stigma around infertile women. In addition, 34 scholarships have been provided of respiratory care, acute medicine, pain management, infectious diseases, dermatology, neuroimaging for research, neurosurgery, pediatrics, and rheumatology. Ladies and gentlemen, advancing healthcare capacity of a country is extremely critical to the development of our nations. Hence, I recognize the magnitude of this accomplishment and hold it in high regard. Moreover, I take my role of ambassador of Merck Foundation, More Than a Mother, very seriously and work in collaboration with our ministries to actively monitor the program outcomes and engage with beneficiaries to ensure optimal utilization of this valuable opportunity to improve access to quality and equitable fertility care in our public sector, to sensitize our communities in rural areas to break the stigma around infertile women and to empower them through access to information, education, health, and change of mindset. Speaking of empowerment, I believe that education is key to empower women, change mindsets, and bringing a lasting change in any society. I would like to highlight Merck Foundation's Educating Linda program, a program that I am personally passionate about. Through this initiative, we will be providing scholarships to 40 schoolgirls to continue their education. Together, we have also distributed thousands of copies of the 7 storybooks to our young readers and school students of Zimbabwe. The adaptation of these storybooks to animation films is also a novel idea. It will certainly help sensitize our children and youth and educate our communities about important health issues such as diabetes and hypertension and other social issues in any entertaining and engaging way. In order to advance media capacity, we have organized the 5 editions of Merck Foundation Health Media Training for journalists to educate them on how to be the voice of the voiceless and raise awareness on sensitive issues like breaking infertility stigma. I appreciate this initiative, as educated and informed journalists can widely support the country in raising community awareness about critical social and health issues. Ladies and gentlemen, like every year, together we have announced 8 important competitions for our communities, including Best Media, Song, Film, and Fashion Awards for More Than a Mother and Promoting Health Lifestyle. These awards aim to encourage media, musicians, fashion designers, filmmakers, students, and new potential talents in these fields to play their important roles in sensitizing their communities about sensitive social and health issues. To date, we have celebrated many winners of Merck Foundation Awards, and I am sure that we will have many more this year too. On behalf of the people of Zimbabwe, we welcome our long-term partnership with Merck Foundation to build healthcare capacity, media capacity, and address the health and social challenges in our beautiful country. I thank you.
Asante sana Mama Mnangagwa, naomba tumpigie makofi tena kwa remarks zake. Mheshimiwa Rais, baada ya itifaki hii, napojiandaa dakika moja kukukaribisha wewe kwa heshima kubwa, naomba nitambue tena ushirikiano mkubwa ambao tumeupata kutoka Wizara ya Mambo ya Nje na Ushirikiano wa Afrika Mashariki, wizara inayoongozwa na Mheshimiwa Thabit Kombo ambaye amewakilishwa hapa na naibu wake Mheshimiwa Kosato Chumi. Isingewezekana bila ushirikiano wao, naomba tuwapigie makofi. Asanteni sana. Mheshimiwa Rais, tuna wageni ambao naona listi wakutajwa walikuwa bado hawajafika, lakini wako pamoja nasi hapa. Tambue uwepo wa Mama Fatuma Karume, mke wa kwanza wa Rais wa Zanzibar. Asante sana mama. Pamoja na Mama Siti Mwinyi, mke wa Rais wa pili wa Tanzania. Asante sana. Nitambue uwepo wa Mama Regina Lowassa, mke wa Waziri Mkuu mstaafu wa Tanzania, Mheshimiwa Edward Lowassa. Asante sana. Pamoja na mawaziri mbalimbali waliotufikia hapa kutoka Zanzibar, kokote waliko wanyoshe mkono. Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa haya machache, kwa heshima kubwa, nichukue fursa hii kukukaribisha sasa uweze kuzungumza na washiriki wa mkutano huu na kutufungulia mkutano wetu rasmi. Mheshimiwa Rais, asante.
Please be seated. Thank you. Wamama tukae. Excellencies, First Ladies, and Ambassadors of More Than a Mother campaign. With you, I wanted to introduce the 3 mamas with us here, but the minister has done that job. But again, I wish obliged to introduce them to you. We have Mama Fatuma Karume, the wife of the founder of, the head of the revolution in Zanzibar, the first president of Zanzibar. Then we have Mama Siti, who is the wife of the second president of the United Republic of Tanzania. They are with us. Then we have Mama Regina, the wife of the former Prime Minister of Tanzania, Honorable Lowassa. I also wish to recognize the presence of honorable ministers from all the countries here present. Professor Frank Stegenberg-Haverkamp, Chair of Merck Foundation Board of Trustees, Senator Dr. Rasha Kejel, CEO of Merck Foundation partners, alumni, and media members, senior government officials, ambassadors, high commissioners, heads of international institutions here present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, still morning, a very good morning to you. I'm delighted to be with you for this 11th edition of Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary Conference. the people of the United Republic of Tanzania, and the government of the United Republic of Tanzania are welcoming you to Dar es Salaam and Tanzania in general. And we thank you most sincerely for honoring our invitation and joining us at this auspicious conference. It is indeed a privilege to host you in the land of Kilimanjaro, Serengeti, and Zanzibar, also a land of beautiful smiles. You're all welcome. Karibuni sana. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this conference coincides with the 7th anniversary of Merck Foundation. On this occasion, we appreciate its numerous programs and interventions to support capacity building in the medical field, by extension, transform people's lives in the medical field, and by extension, transform people's lives. The foundation truly plays a vital role in promoting women's health and addressing critical healthcare challenges such as infertility, cancer, diabetes, and other health conditions. I, therefore, wish to congratulate the Merck Foundation's leadership, staff, and partners for the important milestone achieved in the past 7 years. Congratulations. Tanzania takes great pride in partnering with the Merck Foundation. In just a few years of our cooperation, we had witnessed notable progress. We valued this partnership, which has enabled around 70 Tanzanians to undertake short and long-term specialized and advanced medical training programs. And it is our wish to deepen this partnership further in the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, 9 years ago, United Nations member states adopted a shared blueprint in the form of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. Among the goals envisioned were to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages, and to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. To realize all the SDGs, a note was made on the need to strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. I, therefore, welcome this 11th edition of the Merck Foundation Luminary Conference's focus on these 3 goals, namely health, which is goal number 3, quality education, goal number 4, and partnership, goal number 17. This conference is timely given that this year's progress report on SDG reveals that only 17% of SDG targets are on track to be achieved, while over a third have stalled or even regressed. As we endeavor to meet these goals, substantial investment, urgent actions, and keen interests are required. Therefore, the anticipated discussions during this conference are critical. We must build dynamic and focused partnership and ensure effective coordination and collective action. As such, we expect to be enlightened through exchanges by distinguished participants from healthcare providers, leaders and policymakers, academia, researchers, and media stakeholders. On our part, Tanzania, a lot has been narrated by my Minister for Gender Development and Generation Equality, but we continue to meaningfully contribute in these important discussions. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I'm aware that the Merck Foundation has great interest in health and education domains, and so my government. I will touch on what we have done to realize our commitments in these two domains. Number one is health, and as a woman and mother myself, from when I was the vice president and since becoming the president, I've placed a great priority in improving child and maternal health services in the country. Between 2021 and 2023, we increased access to healthcare or healthcare services by investing and developing over 127 district hospitals and over 367 healthcare facilities countrywide. We increased the number of health facilities that provide maternal and child health services from 340 in 2021 to over 523 by the end of 2023. As a result of various interventions, our 2022 demographic and health survey showed that maternal deaths dropped from 556 per 100,000 in 2015 to 104 in 2022. A drop of over 80%. Equally, the survey showed that child deaths dropped from 67 per 1,000 live births to 43 per 1,000 live births, a reduction of around a third, and still much needs to be done around this area. While acknowledging these positive developments, more remains to be done to meet our goals for maternal and child health. In particular, we envision continuing investment in specialized health services and facilities. One of the challenges that we encountered due to additional facilities or health facilities is the shortage of qualified and specialized manpower. So our thanks are to the Merck Foundation that supports us in training the doctors in specialized fields. And in this regard, Tanzania will continue to work with the Merck Foundation so as to produce more doctors in specialized fields. Another area that is also dear to you, as it is to me, is investment in education. In this vein, I wish to recognize and applaud Merck Foundation's Educating Linda program. This is a laudable intervention which will have a great impact not only to the girl child but also to their communities. It is also fitting that the word Linda in Swahili means to protect, which is exactly what this program aims, to protect the dreams of unprivileged young girls. As the old adage says, if you educate a woman, you educate a nation, and this is exactly what we are doing. I, along with all the women here present today, are living testimony of how education can empower a girl child. As a daughter of a teacher myself, I witnessed firsthand the transformative role of education. Indeed, education is a source of women empowerment and emancipation. Education combines with determination, perseverance, and patience, enables women and girls to achieve outstanding results in all their endeavors, including in leadership, which some of us have dared to partake. Truly, with these attributes, there's no limit to realizing girls' full potential. In this regard, education has continued to be a priority for my government, and we have undertaken key transformative interventions in this sector. During the past 3 years, we have built over 3,000 primary schools and over 500 secondary schools across the country, bringing the present total to 20,533 primary schools and 6,269 secondary schools. Among the schools that we have built are 24 girls' boarding schools as part of our plan to build girls' boarding school in each of our 26 regions of Tanzania mainland. In ensuring access to education, we have continued to provide free education for all children from primary to secondary levels. And the numbers of primary school students have risen from 10.6 million in 2021 to 11.4 million this year. And in secondary schools, the numbers have risen from 2.38 million in 2021 to over 3 million in this year. All these interventions help to ensure access to education for our girls and boys. As for the content of our education, we also undertook a review of our education system to make the shift from assessment-based learning to competence-based training. We have also increased funding for higher levels of education and have introduced a new scholarship to support youth to go into science, technology, engineering, and mathematics subjects in higher education or higher studies. It is worth mentioning also that our policy on human capital development recognizes the early child development, and we are looking these aspects in two areas. One is for breastfeeding, nutrition, and health issues, but number two, early child education, and this is for children from year 0 to year 5. Notwithstanding these developments, there's still work to do to ensure all children of school-going age go to school, and that the education they are receiving is preparing them for the 21st century. Our ministers here present will share with you Tanzanian experiences, and we look forward to learning from your insights and experiences as well. Distinguished guests, with us here today are some of the African First Ladies who are part of the Merck Foundation First Ladies Initiative Summit. I had the opportunity to meet some of them when I visited their respective countries on state or official visit at the invitation of my counterparts, and I'm happy to see them here again today. I know that you will have a dedicated session tomorrow, the First Ladies. However, I have a message that I wish to share with you that you may also wish to go with. Excellencies, as a head of state, I often find myself in regional and international fora where I'm the only woman head of state or one of the handful of women presidents globally. In addition to my responsibilities and in line with our national interest, I make a note to use my voice and add key perspectives which may be missing and to put in place proposals that will advance the concerns of women. To give but one example, I've been advocating for increased support for increased access to clean cooking solutions in Africa as a gender-responsive approach to a just energy transition. I've done so given the adverse impact on women of less cleaner cooking fuels like charcoal and firewood, which affects their health and overall well-being, but it's also disturb our environment. I'm happy that our calls for support for this initiative have been well received, and we have received considerable support for this initiative, which will empower women and improve their welfare across continent. I've done this as a president, but today I wish to remind you, my sisters, First Ladies, that as First Ladies, you also occupy important positions in your respective societies. Sorry. In saying so, asante mama. In saying so, I'm reminded of the old parable about the wind and the sun. One day, the wind and the sun decided to engage in a friendly debate to test their persuasive strength on a traveler, the goal being to get the traveler to remove his coat. The wind went first, and it blew fiercely, attempting to force the traveler to remove his coat. But the forceful wind only succeeded in making him hold the coat even tighter. Then the sun gave a try. It simply shined warmly, gradually warming the traveler until willingly the traveler removed his coat. So I find this parable to be pertinent as it speaks to what can be achieved persuasively, brilliantly, and with warmth. So I urge you, my dear sisters, to take this agenda of clean cooking with brilliancy and be persuasive with warmth, as you know, it's a women tradition to be warmth. So take it with warmth so that my fellow presidents can take it as an agenda and help our fellow women in clean cooking. On this note, I'd like to congratulate Your Excellencies for the wide-ranging, impactful initiatives and programs that you are undertaking in your respective countries. This suggests to me that you recognize that you have an important role in realizing the aspirations of a brighter, healthier future for all our people, and in particular for the young girls and women in Africa. In addition to the great work that you have been doing, today mine is to urge you to continue to give wise, brilliant, and warm counsel in support of prioritizing interventions that will support and empower women and improve their welfare in your respective countries. And I wish you all the best in your endeavors. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I want to once again commend the Merck Foundation for organizing this meeting in Tanzania. I look forward to the valuable insights from this annual conference. I want to assure you that Tanzania's commitment to partnering the participants here to forge a healthier, happier, and more equitable future for generations to come. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my singular honor and pleasure to declare that this 11th edition of Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary Conference is officially inaugurated. Thank you for your kind attention. I wish this conference fruitful decisions, and Karibu Tanzania. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellence. Before we sit down, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take some photos but I think I know this breaks protocol, but Your Excellency, I have an 8-year-old daughter. When I was leaving Uganda, I told her I was going to meet the President of Tanzania, and she was like, "You're joking." I said, "Yes." She said, "When I also grow up, I will be a president." And she told me that I must take a picture with you to show evidence that I came here. So, Your Excellency, it is my singular ask that at least you give me one picture, really. Otherwise, you are destroying the dreams of a future president. Is that a bad suggestion? So let me first take my picture, then the rest of you will come. Yeah. I know you are jealous, but life is like that, eh? Are we together? So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll now have other pictures. I'd like to welcome first ladies, together with the president. Should they come in front? One picture like that? Okay. So we'll ask the first ladies to stay there. Okay. James, are you able to? Okay, just step in front, just a little in front. Your Excellencies, one step in front. And ladies and gentlemen, you can be seated so the photographers can get those pictures. Yeah, right there.